Here are a couple of more formatting tips perhaps to help you out, especially when we're using different types of font on a different type of background. Most of us are used to reading black font on a white background, and I've noticed a couple of blogs popping up here that are using white font, or at least the theme uses a white font on a black background. So this is my company, Guardian Tactics. This is what I do when I'm not teaching. I'm a consultant trained in threat detection and de-escalation for law enforcement. And I have a blog that goes along with that I use to supplement some of the teaching materials that I get in there. And this blog is done with that format, okay, where we have white text on a black background. Now, I don't recommend this really because it's actually hard to read, especially font that is this small. And I started this blog in that respect, and I haven't taken the time to go back and change anything in that way. I mean, it looks nice. This one's kind of graduated, got that background going on, and it looks nice with the black and white images and stuff that I'm using with this. But for starters, this becomes problematic because it's just not as easy to read as black font is on a white background. So if I'm using short paragraphs, it's fine. It's no big deal. But if I have blocks and blocks of paragraphs, I might want to rethink using that type of theme in terms of what's going on there. So what I've seen with a couple of you is that you've perhaps taken text from or you've written text in a word processor, you copy that text, and you've imported it in, and then you didn't know how to change the background and the font to match the rest of the theme. So that's what I'm going to try to show you here in terms of going through and correcting that. So let's go through and create a new post for this. I'm going to go in and go posts and create a new post. And let's just say for kicks, I'm going to go back to my website and I'm going to copy some text off of this. In fact, let me go down. Let me go where I have a lot of text to copy down below this. I get into, here we go. Okay. So let's go, I'm just going to pick this stuff up here and I'm going to go through and copy that. And I'm going to plop that right down into here, into this, or maybe not, where to go. Oh, the reason why we can't see it is because guess what? It's white. Okay, so let me do a select all. There it is. Okay, so what it's done, not only has it copied all the text, but it's also copied all the formatting code that goes along with this text that was on the Guardian Tactics website. So one of the first things I want to do here so I can have control over formatting is select all my text and then go to this icon here. And what this does is it removes formatting codes. When I click on that, it'll default back then to its own formatting code, which is pretty straightforward in Blogger. Okay, there it is. All right, so it defaults to this font, which is a Times New Roman, which is not the font of the site, by the way. Okay, there's a default site for that, but nonetheless, you get the idea. So now that I've done this, I can go through and reformat this and do with it what I need to. And since I've removed that code, okay, I've got this doubled in here, so I'm going to go through and just remove some of that. All right. So if I decide to, let me give this a name. To use this here, let's publish this. Well, let's just preview it and see what it comes up. It'll come up. So it's already made that adjustment. Okay, you can see what's going on there. If I didn't do that, okay, if I didn't go through and remove that formatting code, it would have looked, let me go through and select all and delete that and put in the original stuff, which we can't see, remember, okay? But now if I post that, I'm going to save it and preview that. We'll see now it's making a liar out of me. it's still reversing the text out. Let's see if is it even there. Yeah, it's there. Okay, well, let me do this. I'm going to remove the formatting code. Okay, and I am going to go through and select all that. And I'm going to change the font now to a white font, and I'm going to change the background to a black background. Or actually, I'm going to do just the opposite of that. So I want the background actually to be in white, and I want the font to be in black. And let's see what that does in the preview. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Well, but the font didn't go into black, but you see what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? Here we have these strips of font. Let me go through and change that. Change that to that's in black, and my background is in white, right? Preview. Okay, well, it's not playing nicely with me, but you get the idea. And this looks terrible with that going on. So this is what you want to avoid, all right? So let me recap that then. To go through and prevent that from happening, if you select all your text, if you've written your text someplace else and you've copied, you pasted it in here, select all the text and remove any code that might be there. Okay, that's removed. Now let's go to the preview, and there it is. It comes up, and that will give you something that follows suit with the rest of your theme for your particular blog. All right.